Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits reviews. And welcome to my workmates if they're watching. Always taking the piss out of me, so welcome. Anyway, tonight we are reviewing Offshore Pilsner by Sharps Brewery. Sharps, obviously well known for Doom Bar. And Doom Bar, that when from cask, is still one of the best beers in the UK. From bottle, unless you get it from the brewery itself, the bottle's very questionable. It is mass produced on licence by Morrisons, and that's not slagging Morrisons off, but it's not as good from Morrisons as it is from Sharps, and it's not the only one. Castle Rock do Harvest Pale, which is a 3.7% pale ale, and it is a genuinely fantastic beer. Morrisons do a 4.3% version, and it's not as good. You think the extra strength, you know, for someone like me who likes the extra strength, would actually be happy, but it's not as good. The taste just isn't as good. So obviously water and the area where it comes from, the water where it's made, you know, must be a key factor, I only presume. So Offshore, I know nothing about this beer, or lager. I presume it's a lager. If it's a Pilsner, it's normally a lager. The writing is ridiculously, if you can see it there, look at that. I mean, it's not very, it's a bluish background and the white's just not sticking out of that. Well, look at that. Man, bloody hell. You know, I've got good eyesight. Apart from when I'm drunk, which sometimes happens, obviously. But, you know, it's not easy to see. So, we'll pour it out, see what it looks like, and go from there. So this was for sale at Morrisons. Yeah, it's definitely a lager. Look at that colour. So, straw coloured. Lacing around the edge, no carbonation from the centre, which is quite interesting, especially for a lager. Yeah, straw colour, white head, not much of a head, you know, finger head. Nice aroma though. So yeah, brewed by Sharps, obviously. Offshore Pilsner is inspired by those rare moments of when the wind turns offshore to create perfectly clean waves and that feeling of cool, refreshing sea spray on your face. Or salt. A Pilsner that's as satisfying as that perfect wave. Well, almost. That's so nice, isn't it? You know, that perfect wave. 2.96 out of 5 from 21 ratings. Yeah, I got this from Morrisons a week or so ago. They're doing a bit of reduced to clear on so many brands. I presume Morrisons, like other supermarkets this time of the year, will be thinking about doing range reviews. A range review, if you didn't know, is when they look at what the beers, lagers, ciders that they stock, and all spirits, to be honest, you know, everything they stock, and they'll get rid of some varieties and they'll bring some in. It's not always the fact that they're getting rid of the weak varieties. That's not always the case. They'll just, you know, there's other factors involved. One, how much the companies involved pay them to put their stock on the shop floor. Bet you didn't know that happened, did you? Some of you won't anyway. And yeah, and it's sad really, because obviously richer companies can afford to make sure that their products are on the shop floor, which in turn, you know, it helps sales, you know. So we'll give it a snifter. It actually smells floral, you know. I won't judge it straight away because I've just had a lovely pork loin steaks. Obviously they're not nice on their own, but Adam got a garlic and herb, like a rub sort of thing. Not a rub, like what do you call it? granules, for want of a better word, sprinkled them all over, slapped it in and out, but done both sides with it, cooked it and have chips with it, and it's obviously tainted the old taste buds at the moment, so we'll get a bit further down. So first review, 3.4 out of 5. Appearance, golden with decent lacing. Nose, corn and citrus. I got that bit right. Taste, lemon and pale malt. Palate, light-bodied, dry finish. Overall, decent example of the style. So another one, 3.1 out of 5. Clear golden yellow pour with a frothy white head. Aroma as crisp malts and light citrus. Taste as grainy malts, some lemon hints, decent refreshing pills. And final one, this is from a can this time, 3.2 out of 5. A nice clean Pilsner with a hint of lemon in the flavour. Good malt flavour, well balanced by just the right amount of bitterness. A light and refreshing lager from Sharps, very drinkable. So, as I've said before, lagers, you know, they can be bland. Most of your premium lagers all taste very similar, which is a shame. You know, they shouldn't, but they do. You know, that's just how it is. This, looking at it, it looks like most of the lagers. Although most of the lagers probably have a bit more carbonation, to be fair. The straw colour, you know, it's on all of them basically. And obviously the white head. That's looks like most other lagers. Taste wise, on the nose, the fruitiness, the citrusiness on the nose, very nice, very well appreciated. You know, it's just what you want to see from one of these lagers. Definite lemon on the palate. Very nice. And that's come through. I mean, I've just had garlic and that, so that's come through the garlic, which is a good sign, you know. So yeah, not a bad lager really. Like I've said about most lagers, that they are bland, you know. It's just something with lagers, you know. There's not, apart from the craft lagers, which obviously this is, not many lagers will have good taste in them, sadly. But this fella, you know, it has, and yeah, very decent too. So, on the news tonight, Brexit again. I'm sick to the back teeth of Brexit. Now, whether you voted leave, whether you voted remain, or whether you didn't vote at all, because, you know, both options. But the country, if you're going to make a decision, make a bloody decision and get on with it. There's companies around the country, people, nobody knows which way to turn, because everyone, if you know there's a block in front of you, a roadblock in front of you, you'll turn and go the other way. You'll make plans to divert, and you'll choose your own decisions, rightly or wrongly. At the moment, you see the roadblock, but it's there one second, not the next, and that's the problem. The country is in turmoil. Jesus Christ, you'd think, and you know, these bloody MPs, it's alright voting. I mean, I don't think that we're getting a good deal from the European Union. No, they're not. They're playing hardball, and our idiot MPs just haven't grabbed, you know, and turned around to them and says, look, we're doing this. You make concessions, we make concessions, but that's how it is. Is that not how businessmen deal? Yet these idiots, it's like bend over backwards. We'll give the Europeans will give you a right one at the backside, and then they go to all the other MPs, and the MPs say, no, we're not having that. You know, because you laid it off too much earlier, and now they're voting out the deal, which, you know, you can understand that. Then they're saying, no, we don't want a no deal. 1 minute, you can't have both sides of it. You know, you can't not have the deal from the EU and then not have a no deal. Jesus Christ. You want to go to Parliament and say, will you twats all resign and put 650 people in who actually have got half a brain on them and stick up for the country, whatever colour you are in the country, just stick up for this country. Well, 4 countries, you know. Stick up for us. Because Britain, I mean, we are a powerful nation in this world. We can do business. It's not all about bloody Europe. And, you know, it just does your head in, doesn't it? Anyway, that's my rant. It's the Wednesday rant. Not that I can pronounce my R's, as you know. But there you go. That was nice. It was refreshing. Looks like any lager. On the nose, lovely citrus. 4.3 alcohol content, you couldn't really tell. Tasted like any other lager in that respect. Yeah, nice craft lager. Shame they're getting rid of it, because these sort of lagers, you know, next generation of lagers, really. You know, it can't be Carling, Carlsberg, Foster's or forever. You know, the palates in this country surely are going to change that. You'd think, anyway. So, out of 5, I'm going to give it a 4.3 out of 5. Whilst it was nothing at the top end, you know, of the lagers. I know most people that watch beer reviews don't class any lagers as decent, but, you know, fair's fair. Lagers are in their own category, ciders are in their own category, real ales are in their category. I mean, really, you ought to have best bitters in their own category, because, you know, best bitters just don't match proper real ales and craft beers. But, ayo. And that's how it is. Thanks for watching. See you soon.